Hello everyone, it's your boy Ninja Art, reporting back after long overdue. Yes, I know I said this video was going to be out in a couple of days, and it's been weeks, I'm sorry. And also, in my last upload, I think I said that I was going to try to upload more frequently, which I completely failed to do that again. Let's hope this time around I don't do so. But you might be wondering, do you have any new plans on how you're going to pull this shit off for once? And no, you're not wondering that. Nobody is wondering that, but I will cover that in this video, and stay tuned for that. First, I will explain what will be going on in the background. You're going to be looking at a painting demonstration, and I'm calling it demonstration this time around because this won't be a tutorial. I'm not going to be explaining things in depth and giving, stuff that's kind of important and giving, a lot of info, because to be honest, I don't really know much myself, and I know some of you that are a lower skill level might look at this and think, hey, you could teach me a thing or two, and you are right. I just don't feel confident enough with my knowledge, at least for the time being. Maybe in the future, if I find myself, really understanding or grasping a concept, I will try to make a tutorial or at least a video explaining it or talking about it. But not for now. I will say though that if you pay close attention, you might find some things regarding composition in this piece that might help you. As you can see, I started with a character in a pose, but with no particular order in mind, with no particular piece in mind, no particular colors, nothing really. I just, sort of made this expression, and then I added a body to it that fit, and I had this idea of crossing the arms, but that was about it. I didn't really know how to place it in the piece. But then I studied a little bit about composition, tried to actually see what I could do with this, and I followed some tangents. I saw that the arms crossing made a sort of a parallel with the way the face, an angry face, kind of crosses itself with the way the mouth is angled, and the nose and the eyebrows and all that. And I thought, well, maybe I could do like a center composition that kind of goes vertically, but I don't know whether it was a success or not. That is up to you. I hope you like it nonetheless. But yeah, that's about it for like an explanation on that, because I don't really know what I'm doing. I mean, maybe there's more to say. Maybe I think I could I should actually know more things about composition and how to actually place things onto a canvas to make it more aesthetically pleasing, and I am working on that. I'm studying a lot of things about color, about value, about shapes and anatomy, and the endless pile that is the fundamentals. You'll find that there's always something that you need to brush up on and learn when you're learning art, whatever it is, whether it's music, cooking, painting, or whatever. There's always something that you can do better. At some point, yes, at a certain point, you are good enough to teach, I think, but I hope you can still learn something from these, though. I still want to focus on videos that are more on the entertainment side rather than the information or educational side of YouTube. I'm not no Stan Prokopenko, all right? That guy's good. I would love to talk about some resources, maybe like some channels that I watch and some things that have really helped me in my journey of learning how to paint and stuff like that. I am a self-taught artist. I don't have formal education in painting and stuff like that. Most of it is either from the internet or just from practice. And I found that I'm better at talking about that practice than to actually give some good tips on it. It might actually be a product of me not really learning things to the T and skipping a lot of the theory. I just kind of stay with the concept and yeah, that's something I need to improve. And hopefully, you know, with this YouTube channel, I'll be able to sort of document all those improvements made along the way. You know, I could talk about the things that I've learned or my current struggles, and make this as a sort of a not a journal, but as a sort of, you know, way to conversate with the community about things, you know, to bring some topics that are related to art, but not necessarily art focused always. You know, there are some things in life that happen that can be related to art, like everything else, which is why I find art so fascinating. But even though I want this channel to be mainly art focused, I still want to talk about the things that surround art and how, you know, an artist actually makes a living, and what it means to live off of your art, and the things that you learn along the way. Not only about painting, not only about, you know, color theory or stuff like that. You learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot about maximizing your output and using your potential to its fullest. And it's something that I'm working on, that I also want to share, because I feel like, you know, with every improvement that I make in my art, with everything that I notice in the process, like I notice my lines are very chicken scratchy still. They're not like that when I work. This is done after hours, right? This is done after I finished my daily shift that I put for myself. And I notice that I'm very tired in some parts of this process, and I was tired. I will admit to that. You know, being an artist means that you have to work like any other job. It turns into a job. You need to work the hours. You need to walk your talk as well. You know, if you say you're going to be a professional artist, then, you know, actually, you know, what does that mean? To live off of art, to actually live by yourself, and, you know, to become an adult and choose this as a profession. And yes, you're working from home, but yes, you still have to keep your home organized. Yes, you have to organize yourself. Yes, you have to make a schedule and, you know, organize your thoughts to maintain a consistent pattern, which is something that, as you may know, I struggle with a lot. And I've been making some strides in that, which I am happy for, and I'm very truly happy about them. But I still have a long ways to go, and hopefully this marks a beginning of that journey. I sincerely hope I'm able to keep a consistent schedule and stick to it and upload at least weekly. I know I say that a lot and I never do, but I'm fingers crossed this time around. And yeah, well, either way, this video is kind of boring, you know. I'm not talking about necessarily nothing really spectacular, spontaneous, or entertaining, but I just kind of wanted to state, you know, a different direction that I want to take, and it's not that every video is going to be this serious, if you will, but I still want to have some conversational things every once in a while, and be able to talk about whatever it is that's on my mind, and maybe make a community around people that might be facing the same things or similar issues, and, you know, maybe we could talk about whatever stuff it is that we want to talk about. For example, right, I've been on YouTube for a very long time. I haven't posted that much. I posted very little, but I've been on YouTube ever since, for example, PewDiePie was making Call of Duty videos, or I witnessed the birth of the Annoying Orange. I used to watch the Annoying Orange's creator. His channel was Danebo. Those videos are really old, but I was a kid. I think I was like 8 years old. I don't remember. But I remember watching him. I remember the star ratings. I remember the way that the page used to look. And I've been through, you know, every trend, through every, you know, cycle of doom that YouTube has always, you know, seemed to kind of fall back into as it kept growing and turning into a bit more of a corporation, which in a way it's nice to see. It's nice to see people that are able to make a living off of YouTube, but it is at the same time it's kind of sad that they are too money oriented and too focused on an algorithm rather than, you know, what's actually on the site. At least I feel. I'm not bashing on YouTube because they have the best video streaming platform, or the biggest one at least, and they've been around for a long time and they know their shit. But still, like every other social media, they favor frequent posting, and that's something that that's also one of the reasons why I'm doing this and trying to you know, make more stuff and stick to making stuff consistently, even though it does take time, even though I'm not able to make, you know, daily videos, because, you know, paintings just simply take time, and the stuff that I want to create, it's just, I don't know if I could get it done in a day with the work that I have to do in order to feed myself, because YouTube is not going to give me money for a long time, and I don't even plan to be a YouTuber. I mean, by posting regularly, yes, that's kind of bound to happen by definition, but I'm more into, for example, getting a job in the art industry and building a career. I would love to work in games, movies and stuff like that. I'd love to do that, but, you know, I still have a long ways to go. I still have to learn many other things. I need to learn 3D, which is something that I want to document. It's something that I want to do some speed sculpts in the future, and yeah, and sort of turn this channel into a way for me to vent a bit about what's on my mind. This piece that you're watching me paint right now is actually kind of one of the ways that I was able to vent out after, you know, sort of a very rough week. And it wasn't rough because of the problems it had, though it had many. It was rough because I realized that a lot of those problems simply boiled down to me not being adequate enough to do things properly. And I am trying to fix that, you know, and to own up to every mistake that I made, and, you know, actually getting better at scheduling myself, at staying committed, at disciplining, you know, every part of my day to be the best it can be, so as to live a more fulfilling life and to have a more successful career. But, you know, I think that's kind of an eternal struggle, so I'll see how I do with that. The intentions are there. I hope I can set them, you know, give them form and shape. But yeah, things are weird lately because I have a little bit more time, which I'm going to devote to making these videos and content and stuff and trying to post. But it is occupied by many other things as well. I'm going to move soon, which might, you know, I will try to not have a hiatus whilst that is happening. You know, big things, at least for me, are going to happen, and I am excited, you know, and I want to take this shitty year and turn it into something, you know, a little bit better. Maybe, you know, the end of the year will also be the beginning of a, you know, better life for me. I fucking hope. But yeah, hopefully I can learn more along the way so that I can, you know, and that I am able to provide something of use, like tutorials and stuff like that. I know this sort of content is not necessarily really compelling, to be honest. Like, it's just a dude rambling about stuff and whatever, and it's not the most engaging or or entertaining of sorts of things, or useful for that matter. But I still want to try. I still want to give it a shot. I still want to, you know, get better at whatever it is that I'm going to be doing. I have some ideas in mind. I'm not going to spoil them yet, but hopefully I'm able to come out with a couple of sort of series of videos, you know, one that's a little bit more serious and one that's a little bit, you know, goofier, and where I can be a little bit more creative with it. Perhaps even putting some comedic elements into it, which would be pretty dope. I say and you know a lot. I realized that while recording this. But oh well, something to improve in the future. Speaking of future, I've been, you know, talking about these wishes and stuff, but I really sincerely hope I can put them into practice. I'm gonna give it my all, actually. This painting was all about, you know, building up the courage to improve and to be better, to clean yourself from all the darkness that makes you stagnate and keep you from being who you want to be. It's very easy to give into that darkness because it feels good, it feels nice. The momentary pleasure is just very, very pleasing and satisfying, and just overall feels like it's rewarding. But it truly isn't. If you surround your life with only pleasure, you're never gonna feel a true triumph. It's hard to, you know, to win a battle if you don't go to war. You can't really say you won anything, can you? At least that's the way I look at it. Which definitely might not be the healthiest or most sane approach to finding success, but it works. For at least from my experience, it works. But anyway, you can see that we're nearing the end of this video from this first part. I was able to add some colors and, you know, sort of actually establish what this piece, at least the beginnings of what this piece was going to eventually become. And yeah, stay tuned for part 2. Hope you liked what you saw. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really means a lot and it motivates me to make a lot more videos. And thank you guys. You've been awesome. Till next time, peace.